I saw a video on Facebook the other day, and I'm not exactly sure how this environment was created, but there were bars like rebar, and they were spaced so far apart, like maybe they were supposed to be dividing a room in a abandoned building or warehouse. And there's a child, probably 4 to 5 years old, and then parents around, a couple of grown men and a couple of moms, and the child apparently has his head stuck between the bars, and they're trying to rotate his head left and right, and they can't get him to pull his head back out, and they try holding his ears down, and they try tucking his ears in, and they put butter on both sides of his head, and they're trying to pull his head back through the bars, and they try forever. Maybe you've seen this video. It's been on Facebook and YouTube and shared around, and after all of the effort to try to pull his head back, they try to pull the bars apart. They try to put something between the bars and pry them, and they cannot get this kid's head free. And finally, someone walks in the room who hasn't been there the whole time, and they looked at him and said, "How did you get your head in there in the first place?" And the kid turns his body and steps between the bars, and now his head and his body are on the same side of the bars. It wasn't his head that was stuck the whole time, it was his body. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, and I believe, honestly, that many of us have the same problem of perception. We're stuck in a way of thinking. We've been stuck that way for a while. We've believed the lie long enough that lie told once was obviously a lie, but now it's been told 1,000 times and it appears to be the truth to the degree that we live it out. And like the little boy with our head stuck on the wrong side of the bars, it's not our head on the wrong side of the bars, it's our body on the wrong side of the bars. I want to read something to you I found very, very powerful. This is from Caroline Leaf, Switch On Your Brain, 21-day detox plan. She said, "Your patterns of genetic experience don't determine what you are, you do. How you live, the cultural environment you live in, whatever you immerse yourself in, your beliefs and the beliefs of those around you, how you interact with those people, your faith and how you grow it, what you expose yourself to, all of these lead to the differences in the way you focus your attention and have a direct impact and effect on how your proteins are synthesized, your enzymes act, how your neurochemicals work together. If you don't believe you have the power to change your thoughts and control your choices, you're not going to do it." See, all of the people, all the adults, all of the people with the answers in this young person's life, this child, they were as stuck as he was because all of the wisdom and all of the knowledge said to them, his head is on the wrong side of the bars. And it wasn't his head all along. The problem they were trying to solve was a perception problem, but they were trying to solve it in the wrong way. See, we all try to fight our diets and our diseases, and we drug ourselves and we medicate ourselves and we surround ourselves with knowledgeable people, and all along there's a solution that we probably should have applied that we haven't even tried to apply yet. We haven't even perceived it as a potential solution yet. And the result of that is that we suffer all kinds of problems that start with our thinking and end up everywhere else in our body. Ask yourself this question really quick. If the IRS calls, or your boss calls, or your ex calls, and that flood of emotions comes over your body the minute you see the caller ID or hear that voice, then you can prove the fact that how you think changes the chemistry in your body. 75% to 98% of all the chronic illnesses in the human body start with toxic thinking. Dr. Leaf goes on to say, this is in the summary of chapter 3, in case you think I'm making this up, our thoughts, imagination, and choices can change the structure and function of our brains on every level: molecular, genetic, epigenetic, cellular, structural, neurochemical, electromagnetic, and even subatomic. My friends, the subatomic particles in your brain, the ones that control whether or not you have arthritis, lung disease, diabetes, and stress, are a direct result of your thinking. If your perception of you is all jacked up, You will spend the rest of your life trying to pull your head through those bars, fighting the structure of those bars, fighting everything around you. But it's you. It's your perception. It's how you're approaching it. That's what's causing the problem. And if you can't fix your self-perception, it can't be fixed. If this concept is over your head, it's time to start socking away some of that beer money or coffee money and get yourself a coach. Because the next level of success you're seeking is being held back by your own self-perception. Self-perception. It's not how the world really is. It's just how you see it. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.